Okay, and we've got another episode of On the Duty, and today we've got Ashley Fletcher. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
How you been?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah?
Too bad, yeah.
Oh, thanks for coming on, man. From up north, come down to the ends, man. Long trip. How'd you find it?
Yeah, nah. I've been down here before, so yeah, obviously lived in London for a bit. But every time I come down, I enjoy it. I've got a few boys down here as well. But yeah, Northern boy, out of my league a bit down here as well.
When you say Northern, where are you from?
So I was born in like a small town called Keighley, which is near near Bradford. My father was a police officer, so we had to
Wait. Did you get stick growing up, Clap? Your dad being a policeman?
Not at all, because if you see the size of him.
Okay.
Not at all, no. My dad's 6'7" and about 18, 19 stone. So have you seen Police Academy?
Yeah.
You know Hightower?
Yeah. That's your
Just
dad.
Picture him. That's my dad, yeah.
See down there, if your dad's a policeman, don't care how big he is, don't care who you are, you're getting sticks. So what are you saying? Everyone was like, oh, that's
no stick at all. Yeah, nothing like that. Nah, he's like I say, he's like Hightower off Police Academy, but yeah, you can imagine strictness as well.
Okay,
Me and my brother, got a little sister as well now, so nah, no stick at all.
No. That's all right, to be fair. That's all right. But being mixed race, growing up in like that sort of area, was it tough? Or did you not feel it? Did you not understand?
Nah, so I moved from there when I was 3 years old, moved to Bolton, where literally all my family's from.
Okay.
My mum's from Bolton, and her side of the family, and my dad, but my dad's got Jamaican parents.
Okay.
They were living in Bolton at the time, so I moved there when I was 3. Grew up, went to like a Christian school. Not many black kids there, to be fair.
Yeah.
The odd few, but yeah, I wasn't treated any differently or anything like that. But then, obviously, when you go to the teams that I went to, like United and them kind of teams, you see the difference really between obviously your mixed race and their mixed race kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
So I had a good upbringing, like couldn't complain. My mum and dad brought me up really well, me and my brother and my sister as well. Good morals. Went to church on a Sunday.
You got proper
church
up.
on a Sunday. No, nothing like that. We went to church and then had the football on. So I was basically, to get into my school, secondary school, you had to go to church every Sunday and get the sign off the vicar and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I went there. My dad used to take me 8:30 in the morning to church, and then I would play at 11 on that Sunday. So
if you don't go to church, you're not going football?
I'm not going football.
That's mad.
No.
To be fair, I was a bit like that. I'm Muslim, innit? So I used to go Saturday school when I was young, and then like teaching you Arabic and that. And if you don't learn, do your homework, you're getting a little cane and that. Nah, mum, this is long. Mum was on it. Do you know what I mean? Are you in? Obviously, you said your dad's Jamaican. Are you in touch with your culture, like Sunday, like the dinner everyone's round, or did you just like learn that as growing up?
Nah, yeah, like I said, learned it as we were growing up. My grandparents, they lived in Bolton, but they was going back and forth to Jamaica.
Okay, cool.
Obviously, there's a big West Indian culture in Bolton, to be fair.
Okay.
So
decent.
It wasn't as though like they was like the odd ones out, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both sets of grandparents I was close with. I had obviously my mum's side, who they do like the British things kind of thing.
The
like,
roast and that,
the roast, going to the seaside. And then Jamaican side, grandma and granddad, they were like, you go there, you watch snooker, the TV, that kind of stuff. And
granddad and that just
granddad's just sat there watching snooker and all that kind of stuff, and having your rice and peas and curry goat and whatever. So no, I had both sides, to be fair.
No, that's good.
And I think that's kind of helped me growing up as well, because like obviously transitioning from from Bolton, as you say, and then living in Manchester as well, it helps you a lot.
Where was your first footballing experience where you thought like, this is my calling? Like, was you at Bolton or was you at like Sunday league clubs and then get scouted by United?
Yeah, the story behind it was, I always say this story, but my mum actually wanted me to go to ballet. And I was like, well, I've only learned this in like the past 5 or 6 years.
Wait. Sorry. Was you tall growing up? Because like, what, you're 6'4"?
I'm 6'5". So I've always been that lean, tall guy.
Everyone knows that's Ash, yeah?
Everyone knows, yeah.
And she wanted you to do what, ballet?
She wanted me to do ballet.
Tights and you
So I thank my dad every single day, because my dad was like, no way. My son is not... As well, coming from a Jamaican background, I can imagine if my grandparents would have said, Ashley, you're going to ballet, or what, they'd have been like...
Yeah, they would have kicked off, and plus they would have stuck it on your dad for that as well.
Exactly. So my dad said, absolutely not. I'm taking into football ASAP. And then literally started Sunday league from 5 years old, just playing with my mates. But then it just got crazy, because at 7, I was going to Man United one night, Liverpool Tuesday night, Man City Wednesday night, Bolton Thursday night. I was going to like 4 teams every week. And when I look back and think about like the hours that my mum, dad, grandparents, both sets were putting in, taking me to these places, like I wouldn't be here speaking about what's happening now.
Do you... I'm gonna be cheeky. Do you look after them? Like, let's be like, after all of that, have you sorted out your mum and dad and your grandparents?
Yeah, like I play football for them, because I play it for myself first, but then secondly, I play it for my family, because they have put all the effort and time into taking me there. And if I can reward them in any way that I can, whether it's whatever, contributing to this or contributing to that, or buying them this, buying them that, then I will. Because
cheeky house, cheeky watch, first class on that flight. I like it goes. Well, that's the dream now. That's the dream, innit?
Of course it is. That's when I was growing up, that's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that my family get rewarded for putting the hours in to get me in the position I'm in, because like I said, first off, I wanted to get there because I love football.
Yeah.
Like I love football. Like I watch football every day, well, when I can. But yeah, secondly was to make them proud. And like my dad rings me every day after training. What happened today? And I'm like, Dad, I have nothing to tell you. Like, we did a few runs. Like, literally. Even on my days off, he rang me. Any news? I'm like, nah, I've been off today, just chilling. So, but like, if I didn't have that, like, it wouldn't be. That's the normal for me now.
Yeah.
If he didn't ring me, probably I'd be a bit like, well, how come he's not rung me? Do you know what I mean? So, like I say, everything that I play for myself first, and then I play for my family.
Better. Love that. I'm gonna pick on your dad a little bit here, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like you and him are close. Have you asked him why he became a police? Because obviously now you've grown up, you understand, like, being black, mixed race, and this us against the police sort of kind of thing, innit? Did you ever ask him like why he became a policeman? Or was he ever said?
Nah, he's never. And especially in that time as well, in the 80s, like,
quite rife.
I think there wasn't many black police officers about, so I can imagine, and I think he has told me before that obviously he got like abuse and stuff like that, even like probably institutional as well, like within the police as well. So, but for him to be a police officer in that decade, like the bravery that must come with that, like especially in like the area that it was, like Bradford, Keighley, that kind of mad, it's not like London where there's black people like everywhere, and that it's very like specifically like,
especially up there, because you got you got white people, then you got Bradford, Asian people. So black people like proper 1%.
Exactly. So yeah, one day I'll probably ever sit down with him and ask him like, what made you become it? But I think he's kind of like sheltered me a bit from that side of his life. And I think like the way I look at it is just bravery, to be fair. And obviously it was a good job back then. It's still a good job, but obviously it put a lot of food on the table, and we as a family, we could do whatever. Like there was nothing that really we went without. Do you know what I mean? It was like a good job. My mum had a good job as well. So I've never really asked him too much why he did it, but like I say, it looks a brave move as well.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like when I see it, I was like, right, like it's a bit mad, like in them times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a conversation for you dad to have. Yeah. I'll charge you lot after that.
I'll get him on.
When did Man United come? So obviously you're from 7, you're jumping, training at all of these clubs, and then you settled down. Where did Man United pick you up from?
So basically, a lot of people don't know this, but I was told at 9 years old from Man United that I wasn't good enough. They said but the way that my mum and dad, they were very clever, because the way they like portrayed it to me was that I remember having a conversation, this is like very early on, and they said to me like, right, you've got the choice to either play for Bolton or Manchester United. Which do you want to do? But then the more like I think back, they was kind of like, yeah, I know obviously all your friends are at Bolton, and like I was going to school with people who I was playing with at football. So they kind of like, without me knowing because I was so young at that age, they were kind of pushing me towards like the Bolton. Okay. So I ended up picking Bolton, even though there wasn't a choice. Do you know what I mean? So it was very, very clever. But yeah, at 9, Man United said like, we don't think he's quite ready, or we don't think he's good enough. Which I've only learned, like I say, in the last couple of years. So like I went to Bolton from 9, played with my mates 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 12 years old, I was playing Man United in a game. Yeah. And I think we won something like 7-3 or something like that. You know how them games are. It's just small goals, but at that age, it's everything. And I'd scored a hat-trick, and the academy guy who was overseeing the academy was at the game. It's called Tony Whelan. And literally, I think the next couple of days, he rang my dad like, oh, listen, we want him. Like, what's going to happen? But I didn't even know at them ages. He was under contract, like 12 years old and stuff like that.
What, you're signing like... Yeah, I know you signed for the academy, but is it a proper like...
Yeah, proper contract, like binding contract, like lawful. Right. So I ended up going to United, but they had to pay compensation. I was 12 years old.
At 12?
At 12 years old. And like, I only recently learned how much it was from when I moved to West Ham.
Go on.
Because it was in the contract. But it's like 100 grand.
For a 12-year-old?
A 12-year-old, yeah. And I'd never knew that at all.
Hold on a minute. Is your dad humble? Like, be real. Is your dad humble?
No, my dad's the humblest guy ever.
Because I was thinking other parents would be like, yeah, we've got a money man here. Get me?
Nah, but yeah, honestly, I think it was something like 100 grand and
that's mad.
All these like add-ons, like and stuff like this. I was like 100 grand for a 12-year-old like footballer. So yeah, like obviously got picked up from there, and that's where it just like. That's when I like believed like, I've got a good chance. Yeah, I've got a good chance.
So coming from your little village and Bolton and stuff, getting to Manny, where it's a mini London basically. Yeah. And you're meeting other culture, like other mixed race people, other cultures. Did you see a difference between you and them? I know you've mentioned it before. Yeah. But was it massive? Like I'm kind of the outcast, even though me and him are like,
well, we spoke off air a bit about the haircut thing.
Yeah, go on. Tell me about the haircut. Go on.
So, because my mum was a hairdresser. Yeah. And
so not barber, she's a hairdresser. It's like not a barber. Comb and scissors.
Comb and scissors, yeah. but she had the razor, but it was the not even the small one. It was
it's taking 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
Everything is chunks.
Chunks. Yeah. So there's no T liner for the shape. So she was a hairdresser, and basically we didn't need to go to the barbers because that was my mum and dad's view, because why? You've got a hairdresser here, like I can do just a good job, whatever. And she used to trim me every 3 weeks. But I was scared. Like, she used to hurt me, like, you know, when it gets caught. But now I know why. Because she wasn't using the right tools.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? She wasn't using the right things. So I used to be scared of getting a haircut. But from the age of 0 to 16, 17, I never had a shape up, which is crazy. I know, for a mixed race boy, like, it's just unheard of. And I will make sure that my son, do you know what I mean? He's going straight to the barbers from 4 or 5.
Are you humble, like yourself? Like, you're humble now, yeah?
Yeah.
Back then, you're playing for the biggest club in your area, biggest club in England at that point, yeah? Are you thinking, yeah, like, this is it, I'm done?
Nah, not
to be fair, you didn't know about the contract, but even then, like, come on, you're at United, you got the kit, the bag. You're driving through Bolton and you probably got your windows down, bag out the window and that.
Nah, do you know what it was? I think the school I went to, like, probably people was like, oh yeah, you know when you play school football and like people are like, he plays for United or something like that.
Yeah.
I got that sense from when I was playing school football, but in school I was just a normal person. Like, like obviously I haven't like obviously been you're popular because you're like obviously in that playing for Man United. Like obviously you're not gonna not have any friends, you know what I mean? But like you're popular in the school, but I tried to keep like level-headed, and my mum and dad drilled it into me as well that school was important. Like, there was no guarantees that you're going to be a footballer.
Okay.
We're going to give you every chance, and you're at the best club in the world to succeed. But at the same time, like, I've seen it now where people who I grew up with in them under 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, they're not playing anymore.
Yeah.
They stopped playing at 16. So my mum and dad drilled it into me from the start, like, you get good GCSEs, you do after school things, you don't just do football stuff, you do other subjects, whatever you wanted to do. Like, I was playing like instruments and stuff like that.
That's
Do you know what I mean? It's like, not just your typical, my son's going to be a footballer, like there's no
putting all
point.
my eggs in one basket.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So that was important, and I thank my parents for that, because that's definitely helped me again, like, going forward. Because like I say, if I didn't have any backups, then it puts even more pressure on you to do well.
Yeah. What would you say, if you can remember that far back? Or you was there till 16, right?
What, United?
Yeah.
Nah, I left when I was 20. 20, yeah.
Sorry, 20.
Yeah.
Do you remember the pros and cons? Like, what would you say, like, this was good, I'm at United, but this was bad because this happened? Like, what would you say if you remember?
I think there was no, like, I never thought of any negatives to being there. Like, every day was like, in a way, it kind of got like the norm. And like, for me, I shouldn't have taken it like that. Like, going in every week, oh, I've got training tonight.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, I've got training tonight at Sunday League. Do you know what I mean? I've got training tonight at the best academy in the world that's producing the most players in the football league. Do you know what I mean? So for me, like, I think there was no negatives really. Like, there was, when you get to like 18, like 17, 18, and you hear about like the Chelsea boys, for example. Oh, Chelsea boys are getting paid 10 grand a week. At
So
18,
you don't hear
17.
about that, yeah?
Oh, 100%. Like, you ask any footballer, 17, 18, Chelsea boys are getting paid 10 grand a week. Or the Arsenal boys are getting paid 6 grand a week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At like them low ages. But to me, like, there was no negatives around being there. I think the whole training, we had the best coaches. Like, I had the best 2 coaches that I could have asked for. I had Paul McGuinness in the under 18s, who was probably, he introduced me into like proper football. Like you're coming away from kids football.
Yeah.
You're then entering like a little bit of men's football, like the patterns of play and stuff, and getting in the right areas for a striker and doing extra and all that kind of stuff.
It's your job now, isn't it? Like,
exactly. Yeah, you're getting paid, so you have to. It's not a joke. And then I had Warren Joyce, who was the reserve manager.
Okay.
And then he just takes it to another level. You're then like going into like when you're hitting like 18, 19, you might get a chance in the first team, so you've got to be ready.
Yeah.
So there were small things that, like, I'll never forget. There were small things that he did, Warren Joyce, that I hated him at the start. I hated him. Like, I always say this.
Because you didn't understand it, or it's just too hard?
When you're 18, you're thinking, why is he picking on me? Like he's not picking on this guy or this guy.
Yeah.
He's just picking on me. But now that I look back and think, I'm so happy that he did. And like I spoke to him probably a few months ago, and we got a good relationship. But he did little things like so I was obviously Man United.
Yeah.
Just gone into the 23s, and I think we played Trafford. So like we're talking like, I don't even know what league they're in. Probably like
that's a non-league team. Yeah.
We played them in pre-season, and I think I played like 40. Like as you do in pre-season, you play like 45 minutes each way, or each half. And then he pulled me the next day, and he was like, "Oh, might be good for you to go on loan there."
What, to Trafford?
To Trafford.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're actually a pro now, innit?
I'm a pro at Man United. Like, in my head, I'm like, is he bantering or like, is he being serious? Like, Trafford, like, not even like who was in the conference at that time?
A Hyde or something, yeah.
Exactly, a Hyde or a...
I don't know why I know that, but yeah.
Yeah, them kind of thing, a Stockport County.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He
said, like, might be good for you to go get a month there on loan and that. And I went home, my head was gone, because I thought he was being like deadly serious. But when I look back now, obviously it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because, no disrespect, but like, yeah,
you're better than that.
Yeah, of course. But when I look back, that was like a kind of like a boost. Like you've got to be even better now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to be better to, like, why would that guy even have that opinion if you weren't doing something right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to carry on, like pushing. So, like I say, them two, for youth were the best two coaches I could have asked for.
Okay. Let me ask you something, because you said your dad texts you every day, and are you living at home then, or are you out?
No, I've got my own house.
No, back when you was United 23s. He was in Digs, yeah?
Yeah, I was in Digs.
You're telling your dad, they offered me Trafford. What was he saying?
No, his head's gone. Head's gone. Like, everyone's head's gone, apart from Joycey, who, and like I say, like, we've got a great relationship, but at the time I'm just thinking, and like one of my boys is Sean Goss.
Okay.
He came through with me at United, and I remember telling him, and he was like, "Nah, they're taking the piss. Like, what's going on? Like, Trafford."
Yeah, that's mad.
So yeah, but my dad, probably my dad would have been like, "I'll just go." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he'd have probably
just
like,
play games. Yeah,
just play games. I don't have a problem with, and I think it's good that people at, like, obviously 18. I think the 23s is a bit false as well.
What, dead?
Not dead, but like, it's not men's football. Do you know what I mean?
You're still playing against other young pros, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not gonna go and get 2-footed, or you're not gonna go and like, it's not on the line for you. Do you know what I mean? You're still getting paid. Like, there's no bonuses and stuff like that. So I think it's good to go and play like lower down and non-league. But at the time, I was just like, nah, not for me.
Yeah, I hear that.
Especially like, but like when I say non-league, it wasn't the conference, because the conference would have.
That's a deeper world when you go past there. It's a deeper world, yeah.
Of course, but like, we're talking like Unibond and them kind of places.
For those who don't know, that's like Ryman level.
Yeah,
so,
Ryman. Well, yeah, them.
Also, so you was at United what, 8 years?
Yeah, from
7-8 years.
Yeah, from 12.
You must have like made friends that are still there now and stuff like that. You still chat to them?
Yeah, so
go on, drop some names.
No, we had like we had a good group. So my youth team was the big names was like Andreas Pereira, My specific year, 95, was like Andres Pereira, James Wilson, who played in the first team.
Yeah.
And then year below me was Scott McTominay, who at the time was so small. Like he was like 5'4".
Really?
It's only literally the past, I think I'll probably say the past 4 or 5 years, he's like proper shot up and like he's doing what he's doing, do you know what I mean? But yeah, like the youth team, just like I've got good memories, not even just like football, but like going out in Manchester and stuff, and yeah, going for a trim.
What, they showing you where the proper barbers are?
Where the proper, where he's like, take a seat and that. And I'm looking at the board like, oh, can I have that one? So, like just I just changed and grew up drastically from like 18 years old. Met my missus at the time. Just it was a whole different world, like having responsibilities, living away. But that's where I really enjoyed it.
See, when you said that, I see that as someone who's gone to uni.
Yeah.
Like, uni out there. Like from London, if you go like Leicester and stuff like that, like you basically you're an adult now, innit? Like you've got to fend for yourself. So yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from. Whilst you're there the whole time, like when you're a pro, let's say from 16 to when you leave, is there any clubs that interest, that pro clubs that you think, oh, I might go there, that pop up?
16, 17?
No, from 16 to when you leave.
From when I leave.
Is there any buzz about you and stuff?
There's like, there was always like a little bit of speculation, and obviously I went on loan when I was I 19 or 20, I think, to Barnsley. But even before that, there was like, I remember reading something about me going to Leeds, who was in the Champ at the time. And like looking back, I just think that was like, where's that come from? Like,
what? So you didn't know?
I didn't know anything about that, like nothing at all. And I think there was even one where I was linked to going back to Bolton, who was in the Champ at the time. And I'm thinking, if I was 18 or 17, 18, if I get loaned to the Champ, like I wasn't ready to play in the Champ.
Oh, really?
Like, not at 18. No way. Like I'd literally been playing under 18s that season.
You never know though, innit? Like,
no, you never know. But then, like the way that it's panned out for me now, like I know that
you wasn't ready.
Nah, no way. Like, yeah, I might have come on and scored like on my debut or something like that. But to regularly play in the like, it wasn't how, I don't think it was meant for me to go that way.
Okay. You mentioned Barnsley. How did that come about? How does the loan system work?
Yeah.
Like,
so it's changed now though. It's because at that time you could go on loan for 3 months.
Okay.
So now it's obviously you've got to go for either 6 months or a year.
Okay.
But for the Barnsley thing was literally like, there was in the 23s at the time, we had Louis van Gaal was the manager of the first team, and he's a character, like great guy to be fair, but he was playing like, if you weren't playing in the first team, you had to play in the 23s that week.
Okay.
So that's like killing
you lot,
me.
Yeah.
There was like me, Rashford, Will Keane, and we were seeing like Van Persie, I think, got injured one game or something. He'd been out for like a few weeks, and because he had no like fitness levels and that, he played in the 23. And in the 23s, like there's only a certain amount of games. It's not like,
it's not week to week.
It's not week to week. It's like one on a Monday, then you might have a week off and they arrange a friendly or something like that.
Okay.
So like Van Persie was coming down. I think I remember Falcao played in one game. Rooney played in another. And then obviously Will Keane was like, I think Will Keane's 3 years older than me as well. He was still there.
Yeah. And
like the way United 23s played, they played with one striker. So it was like a queue, literally. Like if the first team players didn't play, then Will Keane would play. If Will Keane was injured or something, and like it was like literally like waiting for a chance to play in the 23s. And I was thinking, like, I could be 21 here, like by the time like I'm playing in the 23s.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah.
So literally, I remember I think we played Tottenham in a game, and I'd literally come on as sub for like the last 15 minutes, and after the game, I think my agent had said like, oh listen, Barnsley, they were 18th in League One at the time. they'd like been on a bad run.
Yeah.
And they thought they could potentially go down. So my agent was like, listen, just go there for 3 months, like get some experience, get some games. The manager said that if you do well, you'll get into the team and you'll play.
Yeah.
So I just
are you on it though? Like,
I was on it, yeah, because
cool.
my patience was running thin. My patience was like seeing. And James Wilson was there as well. James Wilson was at United.
Okay,
he was another one who was like. So it was like literally like a queue.
So you're basically, not to disrespect, you're like fourth choice.
Literally.
If even if the first team player doesn't play,
exactly.
like you're like, okay.
Literally. So, but then yeah, we was having like friendly games against like first, like I don't know, like Oldham first team in the week and that, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
So the opportunity came and I thought, yeah, I'm going. Literally travelled over the next morning, signed the papers, and we was in the Johnston's Paint Trophy semi-final on the Saturday, I think it was, and I'd signed on the Thursday. So I trained the Thursday, trained the Friday, I was on the bench. And that
are you gassed?
I was gassed. Yeah, because...
Is this your first time playing in front of a crowd and that, yeah?
Yeah, proper crowd, proper crowd. There was about...
Shocky Dad's there as well.
Yeah, Big Dad's there. I remember. Yeah, there was about 12,000 fans. And yeah, literally, we was getting beat 1-0. It's 2 legs though.
Okay,
so it's 2 legs, and then we was getting beat 1-0, which probably was the best thing that could have happened, because you know, if you're winning and you're a striker, you might not be coming on. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, we was getting beat 1-0. The manager said, listen, coming on. And then literally 5 minutes into the debut, ball came over, and I like, when I say I was so bad with my head, I've always struggled with heading, like prior to that time. And yeah, the ball came over, just like little turtleneck, like glanced it, and it went into the top corner. So that was literally like, that was the start like professionally. That was like the kick.
What was when you first got to like the training ground and stuff? Because obviously you're like Carrington and you go to like Barnsley. Is there a massive difference?
Well, the changing room on a match day and the changing room on the training ground was the same. It's the same gaff. So they train at the stadium.
Oh, okay, cool. What, on the pitch or just outside?
Like there's an Astro next to the pitch at Barnsley. So, but that didn't bother me, to be fair.
No,
I was just like happy to be in and around like first team players. Are
you just saying that because you know, like,
being deadly serious?
Everyone I speak to is like, nah, but no one ever says, bro, like it was hell. Like
it wasn't at all. No,
okay,
literally, like I literally couldn't. Yeah, like I was got to the stage where I was at United and I was like, I want to go and play, because I played in the 18s the year before and like done well, and then got this pro, and then it was like kind of standing still kind of thing, waiting. I was training with the first team though at United. Like I was training, like Van Gaal, like he liked me, to be fair. He said to me,
"Are you training, or are you just being a mannequin, or are you involved?"
I was training.
Okay,
like,
better.
They got players over from the 23s to, so say like, you know, like after a game on a Sunday or something, they had the players in, and the players who didn't play, they get the players over and stuff. And yeah, I trained with them quite a lot. Never obviously got on the bench or anything like that, but that gave me a taster. And then it was just like game times, just all you want to do is play. You're just standing still, like nothing at all. So I was losing my head. And like I said, when I went to Barnsley, it was just nice to be in and around the dressing room and be on the bench if it was the bench, and then just go and play.
Decent. You kind of found your feet at Barnsley, innit? Like what, you went Wembley twice?
Yeah, Wembley twice, yeah.
The paint final.
Johnston's Paint and playoff final.
Decent. So why didn't you stay?
West Ham.
We're still at Barnsley.
No, I had the option to stay.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I had the option, and they wanted to keep me, but
like you said, West Ham,
when the Prem comes knocking, you can't send it.
What's it like playing at Wembley? I've spoke to a few people, but obviously everyone's views are different.
Yeah.
So the first time, is it the same feeling as the second time, or is it like obviously it's a promotion, isn't it? So it's a different experience, but are you the same level of gassed or?
So the first time I was nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was nervous. I remember, I think I got cramp in the first 30 minutes because
job.
I was just like, the whole day I was sweating. Like it was on like, I've never played on Sky before.
Okay.
Like, so really, I had like, no, at that time I hadn't because it was mid-season.
Yeah.
JPT's mid-season. So I never played on Sky, never played in front of, I think there was like 60,000 fans there. Just the whole day itself was just crazy. So yeah, I remember getting cramp first 30. I thought, I don't know how I'm going to carry on. So no, the full like playing at Wembley the first time, I enjoyed it obviously because we won. But the game I didn't enjoy.
Okay.
I enjoyed scoring.
You scored at Wembley?
Then, yeah,
That's
I couldn't just home twice.
Twice? Sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, the first time I enjoyed when I scored, but then before that I didn't play well at all as well. I thought I was going to get dragged, and I scored and then managed to stay on, and yeah, we won. But the second time is the only big game that I've never had any nerves at all, because I thought like, what have I got to be nervous about? I don't have anything else to lose. Like, it was like, for me personally, I'd like achieved what I'd set out to achieve, which was to go and play. Obviously, I'd scored goals as well. And if we got promoted, it was a bonus because we come from like 18th to 6th in the playoffs.
Basically, you changed their season run.
No, not just me. There was a couple of other players. But yeah, I was part of it, but I wasn't the main.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like, we gone from 18th to 6th, so we had no pressure on that final. We played Millwall as well, which...
It's a madness, isn't it?
The fans were just...
You get any stick?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even at Wembley?
I hate playing at Millwall. I hate it and love it at the same time. Like, they're just one of them teams that I always seem to score against as well.
Better.
So I love it. I'm being a West Ham, like playing for West Ham as well. I just like, I wish the fans was in there last year when I scored. But yeah, like I say, the second time there was no nerves at all. Like I just enjoyed the day and topped it off by getting promoted.
You see, like winning the trophy and getting promoted, for you, are you getting... I'm going to be cheeky. Are you getting a bonus as well, or is it just...
No, I got no bonus.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
Barnsley didn't thought, here's a little change for helping us out?
No, nothing. Because Barnsley, I think we're only paying half my wages anyway from Man United.
Okay.
So there was no bonus. Because I wasn't part of the squad pro rata or whatever it was. Yeah, I didn't get anything. But to be fair, from what followed, like...
West Ham
kind of compensated anyway.
Go on, so tell me, like, tell me how that happened. So what, you're out with your missus?
No, yeah. So how it came about was my agent had been like, we basically told Man United offered me a new deal as soon as I came back, but it was like 2 years, and it was on like a little bit more money than what I was on at the time.
Yeah, and
I was a bit like, and they said there was no guarantees that I would be anywhere near the first team, and by then, Rashi had done like
a madness.
Yeah, he just jumped the queue like you know, them people at the airport just walk through business,
the VIP thing,
to the front. But yeah, he just obviously the whole thing around it, he just gone and he deserves it.
Cool.
Yeah. When
you're seeing this year, because obviously this is live on Sky every week, are you thinking, "Rug, go on," or thinking that could have been me?
Not at all. Like, and I knew you was going to ask me this, so I was thinking about how to answer it. But honestly, like, I put my hand on my heart. There was no jealousy at all.
Better.
Because I was doing my thing, and I was doing well with what I was doing.
Yeah.
I can't control what happens. Do you know? It's out of my hands, and it's been proven that he's gone on to just tear it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I see him and we speak, we always like got like good vibes and whatever. And like his whole family, like his brothers as well, and him, like there's nothing. He's a good guy. So in terms of like there's no jealousy at all because I was doing my thing and I'm happy with where I am anyway.
Yeah.
And he's just, like I say, just took it to the next level.
Cool. Yeah. All right, go on. West Ham.
Yeah, so it came about because my agent was taking me to, as you do, because I was a free. I told Man United like I didn't want to sign a new deal because there was no guarantee I was going to be in the first team. So I said to them, listen, we're gonna leave, and I knew there was other offers. I think I went looking around Wolves at the time. I went looking around Blackburn at the time, who were in the Champ, and then when I was doing like some pre-season training with, do you know Superior Striker?
I know, yeah. He works at England now, yeah.
Alan, yeah. So I've been doing sessions with him for years.
Okay.
I was down there doing like a little pre-season thing, just wanting to
Stay
get ready
sharp,
for the season. And then I got a call from my agent, like, listen, I've had a call off David Sullivan at West Ham, like they'd be interested in taking, like they want to sign you on like for 4 years, but you gotta. I was in London at the time. Luckily, we've got to go there now. So
hold on. The big man at West Ham goes, we want him, but we want him now. Like,
they wanted like it was like a now thing. So I had to pack the car up, and my agent got got my mum and dad, drove down from Manchester, staying in the hotel in Canary Wharf.
Not bad for them.
Not bad for them, yeah. And then we signed that day, and literally like that whole year was just a whirlwind because I was signed to then go back on loan to the Champ.
Okay. Were you happy with that then?
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know this.
Oh, wow.
So
wait. All right. See, with agents,
yeah.
We'll get back to the West Side. See, with agents, see, when they put a contract to you, yeah. Obviously, he comes to you and says, "Rah, like, do you say to him, I want this amount of money," or does he say this is their budget, and then you chop it up?
I think at that time, because I was on like not peanuts, but like it was
not
like,
what the Chelsea and Arsenal boys are.
Not what the Chelsea and Arsenal boys were. But there was he came with this offer, and it was like probably like triple like what I was on at the time. And I said, like, I can't turn that down because it was West Ham in the Prem. Like I was 19 or 20 at the time.
Yeah.
I got the chance of playing in the Premier League. That's how it was presented to me.
Okay.
4-year deal.
Okay.
You're laughing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously I'll go and sign it tomorrow. So we went, signed it. And then they were flying out to Austria. That's why it was such a rush, sorry.
Because pre-season,
it was flying out to
Who
Austria.
Who was the manager?
Slav.
Okay.
Slav, Slaven Bilic. So I went out to Austria and I did really well. Like scored in like 2 of the games for the first team. Yeah. And I think Slav just basically said to the chairman, like, I want to keep him in around the first team.
Okay, so originally you was meant to go Champ.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
And then you shined on.
Yeah, that's what I've been led to believe. But yeah, I had to do a bit before I got that into like the squad kind of thing. And then literally just first half of the season went really well. Yeah, I was coming on. My debut was my starting debut in the Prem was away at Man City.
Wait, is this is established Man City, not like the money just come in?
This is Pep's first year Man City.
Stop.
No, it was Pep's first year. I think it was one of Pep's first games because basically, I was up front on my own against John Stones and Otamendi. I got bullied. I got bullied. I'm not even bullied. I didn't get bullied, but I got like, it was a big lesson. Like, it was like...
What, in football or as like, football, as a man as well? Like...
As a man as well. I remember it clear as day. Like, I think I had two I didn't play bad, to be fair. I had like a decent game, but it was live on Sky. I had John Stones, up against John Stones and Otamendi. But yeah, I thought, this is next level now, like...
Oh yeah, because you've come from League One and they've thrown you right in the deep end.
Straight in the mixer, yeah. Up front on my own as well. It's not like you're in a 4-4-2 or something. It's like 5-4-1. So I just I knew from that day, like, this is like Prem now. This is like serious. You've got to step up a bit.
That is mad, you know.
Yeah. No,
So-
it was.
So is the levels that different?
Oh, the level between. I don't think there's a big level between. I think there's a big level between League One and Champ.
Yeah.
But then I think Champ and Prem, very high Champ, low Prem, very similar.
Okay.
Obviously, the top 10
yeah.
Like, or top 7, 8, like there's a
It's
big
the next
gap.
level, yeah.
But then, yeah, I think like the top 6, bottom 6 of the Prem, they could give each other like a good game.
All right. So now you're in London, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you staying?
I was in Canary Wharf.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. London way, Canary Wharf shining on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Canary Wharf, and I had Michael Antonio across the road.
Good lad.
I had who else was in there? I think I had Sofian Faguli. Do you remember him?
I know the name. Yeah.
I had Darren Randolph down the road.
Okay. So all your teammates in there.
All my teammates are local, yeah. And
We'll leave the rest to everyone's imagination.
Yeah. Tape Tuesdays is that the one?
Okay. Hey, listen. What? Are you resident? Are you resident there?
I wasn't a resident, but a couple of them were, to be fair.
Light shows. The light shows, yes.
Nah, no sparkles.
Wait. Are you walking through the front door?
Yeah.
Or are you avoiding the paps and going out the back? Because I know this happens.
Through the front door because I wasn't a big.
You're at West Ham.
No, but I wasn't a big.
You're not going in by yourself. Though.
There was one night where we went. I think we was having an absolute beast.
Who, West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham was having a beast, and it was in the paper, and it was when I think we was near the bottom. I think we was like 5th from bottom, and there was a chance like listen like. So we went out for like a morale boosting meal in London.
Who did the whole team?
The whole team, yeah, the whole team. Nobes had arranged it. There was like obviously Ginge, which is James Collins, all of them players there. And I remember the bill was like something crazy, like 11 bags or something for food.
Yeah,
this is
just food.
For food, and food and drinks, whatever. And I remember there was a card roulette. Everyone had to put the card in. Put the card in, and the waitress had to pick it out.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like they said to me, like, "Nah, it's all right, don't worry." But yeah, they said like, "No, put your card in." To be fair, I think I'd have been on beans and.
So wait. Does everyone know what everyone's on? Like, it's in the change room. Like, do you talk, or is it just if you know?
You don't know what everyone's on specifically,
but you got an idea.
Ballpark. Like they'd have known. Like, obviously, I wasn't on.
Yeah.
50 grand a week or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
And Nobes just said, "Nah, do you know what?
Nobes is
you
like,
sit this one out."
Fletch, leave it. But better
like, from him. Though,
it was, to be fair. But then we went to after it, we went to Libs. I think.
Okay.
As a team.
Yeah.
And
must have got really silly.
Yeah, I don't know how someone's told the papers and that we was going there. And I don't think my missus knew I was there at the time, definitely, she did because
keeping tabs.
Yeah, it was a team night out. But literally I texted her saying like I'm coming home. Like I was I think it was only about like 1:30. It wasn't late or anything. And I just literally I think that night, people was coming out the front door. I remember Mikhail had a coat over his head. A few people had a coat over his head, and the photographers are taking pictures and that. So, but I went out the back. So I was like,
see why I asked?
I was very
I didn't even speak to you about that.
No, I was sensible. I was sensible like that. So, and that was my last night out.
Okay. Back to football. When did you score your first goal for West Ham?
First goal was at Old Trafford.
Did you celebrate?
Yeah, I did, to be fair.
What, knee slides a lot or just...
No, it wasn't a knee slide. It was like a... I actually said before the game, I said, if I score, I'm not celebrating. Like, as a respect.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've been there for so long. A lot of people I knew, whatever. My dad's a United fan as well.
Yeah.
So, but obviously he's like, if my son scores against... So, I did celebrate, but I don't know why, but it was like something had taken over me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I wasn't doing it. It's like someone had like taken over me and celebrated. And
We said on the control
yeah,
pad.
on the controller, yeah, with the FIFA and everything. But for me, there was a lot of like frustration in the celebration as well. Like just because like I didn't definitely had like the opportunity at United, 100%, and I thank them for what I did as well,
Yeah.
and what they did for me and the upbringing I had there to be a footballer first and foremost, because there's so many players who have come through that academy and either aren't playing or whatever. So for me, I was lucky that I come through it. But then there was a little bit of me that was a bit like they'd offered me this deal the year before, or at the start of the season, and I was just a bit like, nah, it's a bit bang out of order. So I think in that celebration there was a bit of frustration.
You kind of weighed up the paychecks, yeah?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even about that. It was more the opportunities and stuff like that, which I get, of course, because stuff, like I say, is out of my control, and I don't decide who plays where and whatever. But yeah, a little bit of me was just a bit like, if I'd have gone back there after being on a high from Barnsley and maybe being given the chance in pre-season, do you know what I mean? To go on the pre-season tour or something like that, then yeah, maybe like I could then say I've had an opportunity, but I didn't really. So
why aren't you a West Ham player now?
The reason I'm not a West Ham player now, I think, is because the whole scenario around me moving to Middlesbrough was just like crazy, to be honest, because I never really had any control over it.
Oh, really?
No, nothing, because I signed 4 years at West Ham and I'd only done a year. And basically, I was on pre-season with West Ham, second year, in Austria. And then literally, I get a call off my dad in Austria saying, and I knew nothing of it at the time. I think my dad had heard a little bit of speculation, but he never told me. Saying Middlesbrough just bid 7 million for you. And I was like, what? He said Middlesbrough bid 7 million.
So your dad's told you before your agent?
Yeah, because well, we was having a bit of a madness with the agent.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Wait, are you with him now?
No.
All right, cool.
No. So yeah, Middlesbrough bid 7 million for you. Like, you need to have a think about it. And I was thinking, well, I'm at West Ham in the Prem, like I've had a decent first season.
Yeah.
I haven't done I think I've got a lot more to come. And I'd scored in that pre-season as well. I think we played Fulham, who was in the champ at the time, and I'd scored in the pre-season. There was a game against Werder Bremen coming up, and I was thinking, yeah, if I get a chance, yeah. And I think we'd only signed quite a few players who'd left. So when I came, there was Jonathan Kaleri, who was there. There was Zaza, who was there. And they'd left because they was on loans.
Okay.
So there was me, Andy Carroll, and
he's always injured, isn't it?
Well,
not a disrespect thing, but
no, yeah, he suffered with a few injuries. So I think there was me, Andy Carroll, and who was the other? Maybe I think we just signed Arnautovic.
Okay, yeah.
So there was only 3 strikers. So I said, I've got a good chance here maybe of kicking on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, my dad was like, oh, listen, have a think about it. Bro, the next day, Slav pulls me at lunch. Yeah, the chairman's accepted it.
So what, did no one speaks to you? It's literally no one speaks to the manager. It's just straight.
Slav. The manager spoke to me and said,
no,
listen.
So I'm saying, he doesn't have a say. He's like, no, I don't want to keep him. They've just accepted it.
There was no
negotiation.
No, it was down to the chairman. And I kind of see now the business side of it, because they got me for, I think it was $1 million off Man United, because I had to pay compensation. Selling him for 7. Yeah, obviously it makes sense. But for me, it was a bit I didn't particularly wanting to leave at that time. But at the same time, Middlesbrough had just come down from the Prem.
Okay.
They gave me a big talk about rebuilding. They just signed Brit, Assombalonga, Martin Braithwaite, who was at Barca, who's at
Oh
Barca
yeah.
now. And they said, "Oh, we're going to give it a good go to get back up there." So it wasn't the worst move for me in terms of, and obviously as well, like I'd gone up in wages as well, which was a bonus
Not
as well.
bad.
So
and you're worth 7 mil. Yeah. But...
So obviously I was on the next flight to Manchester Airport, car up to Middlesbrough, medical done.
You see when you're like on the way there, yeah. Do you know anything about Middlesbrough? Like, obviously, you know they just got relegated, but like the culture and the lifestyle and stuff, you're just thinking
nothing at all. Like I played there as a kid, because I've been to the training ground. Because as a kid, you play there at Rockcliffe at the training ground. But yeah, I didn't know anything really. I'd never been that far up north really. Been to Newcastle like once or twice. But with football, you've just got to I feel like you just got to sacrifice. And just like if something comes your way like that, you've got to like take it and accept it, and might not necessarily like at the time it might not seem like the best move or something like that, but only you can turn it around. And for me, like when I got my head around obviously not being at West Ham and playing, I just thought, I'm going to be playing at Middlesbrough in the Champ and hopefully get promoted again. So. And then I'd be like an established player, because at West Ham I was a bit part player coming on. I didn't start too many games. Whereas at Middlesbrough I was going to be an established player trying to get us back. It
seems like obviously at United the 23s it bothered you because you're always waiting to see when you're going to play. You never know when you're going to play. At West Ham, did it bother you as well?
No, because the whole glitz and glamour around being in the Prem was
enough.
As a kid, you dream of going on the pitch or even warming up, do you know what I mean? Like I was warming up, and like sometimes I just used to think but there was players who I knew was better than me who weren't playing at a higher level as well.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? As you grow up, you look at players and you think they're sick, and then you look at now and where they're playing and it's like, how has that happened? Do you know what I mean? So for me, I was just a bit more taking everything in. But I think if I had that second year, that would have left me a bit, and I'd have been more I want to kick on now. Do you know what I mean? That first year was a bit let's enjoy being in the Prem. But then second year was a bit more I want to achieve now.
So like you say, it's kind of the move was out of your hands. Who was the manager that signed you?
At Middlesbrough?
Yeah.
Gary Monk.
Yeah. He wasn't there long, was he?
No, so he said he signed me and told me that two of the players who were there already, strikers, were leaving.
Okay.
That never happened. Unfortunately, it never happened. So again,
sorry. You know when it's not happening, like the transfer window's closed, are you going, boss, what's going on there? Or are you just humble saying, let me just prove it on the pitch?
Yeah, literally. I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't say that to him. What's happening? You said these two are leaving. They're not leaving. So again, I was in a position where there was 5 strikers, good strikers though. So the strikers we had was me, Britta Sombalonga, Martin Braithwaite, Rudy Gested, Patrick Bamford.
What?
So that was the 5. They were the 5 strikers that we had going into that season. So, and we was playing, and we had Adama Traore on the right, Stewie Downing on the left.
Okay.
So you look at this team and you're thinking,
a bit mad.
It's a good team. It's a good team. But then you're thinking, where am I going to, I know Champ, you've got more games.
Yeah.
But
they're trying to go up, so
it felt like they had so many options that they didn't know who to play, how much time to play them. And again, I started that season, and I think I started 2 games between September and January.
Who decided, or when did you decide to go to Sunderland? I know. Listen, I know it wasn't a good time, but we have to speak about it, man.
No, listen. When I speak about Sunderland, I don't have as bad a time it was for me personally. I learned a lot from that time as well about myself, because I know now how to deal with criticism. I had it everything, barrels.
Did you watch the documentary?
I watched it once and
Bro,
I said
they
I never
were on you, bro.
on me. Yeah, on me. Like, but imagine turning up to somewhere and being like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be filming you for 6 months," and they was in the bottom 3 at the time.
Yeah.
So like,
so you're gone there and they said, right, we're gonna be filming.
I walk in there on so the whole thing behind this was Tony Pulis came in on I think he came in on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And said to me, Ash, we're going to go with a bit more experience to try and get in the playoffs. I think it'd be good for you to go out on loan.
Yeah.
I think he gave me a day to find a team. So he said, you're not really going to play. We're going to give you, I think it'd be good to go out on loan, get some game time, come back next season. So we're talking deadline day, 6 o'clock. That's when he told me I could go on loan. 6 o'clock. And
6
the window,
PM?
6 p.m. The window shut at 11. So I had to find a team in 4 hours to go on loan.
So let me go to the rivals down the road, yeah?
So I had the options I had at the time, because everyone had done their business. It's like no one unfortunately at the time was scrambling for a striker.
Except for Sunderland.
Except for Sunderland and Barnsley.
Okay, yeah.
So
Barnsley back in the champ now.
Barnsley back in the champ.
Yeah.
So Barnsley said, yeah, we want him. But then Middlesbrough was like, oh, well, you have to pay a certain amount for his wages. And Barnsley was like, oh, we can't afford that.
I see because Sunderland, obviously, it was quite in depth, the thing with the chairman and stuff. Yeah, go on.
But Sunderland were the only team who could really afford to pay my wages at the time. So I had to make a decision within like half an hour. Do I want to stay at Middlesbrough for 6 months and not play a game, really? Or they were out of the cups and whatever. Or go to Sunderland and potentially be like a hero, try and save them, and play every game. Because
that's the first interview. The guy said to you, "You have to save us," innit?
Literally,
and you're coming in to replace Lewis Grabban, who was bagging for fun.
Bagging for fun. And I was only 21, 22.
Yeah.
So like, still quite not an experienced player. Like, it's not like I played 100 games under my belt. Do you know what I mean? I'd had a good stint at Barnsley. I played 17 games in the Prem for West Ham. And then I'd gone to Middlesbrough and not really played too much because of the situation with the strikers. And then, supposed to go to Sunderland and basically save one of the biggest teams in the northeast from getting relegated. So I thought, I'll have to go and give it a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like at the time, it wasn't good because I always put it down to, like, in a weird way, I had a chance against so I played the first game against Ipswich. We got beat 2-0, but I played well, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then we played Bristol City away the next game, and we was 3-0 down at halftime. I thought, what's going on? Like, what have I come to here? It's an absolute nightmare. But then we got it back to 3-2.
Yeah.
And then in the 89th minute, I can't remember who hit it. It might have been Aidan McGeady hit it. The keeper's parried it, and it's like the goal's open.
Yeah.
And then I've I'm just thinking I've scored. So I've like side-footed it quite high. I thought there's no way keeper's saving that.
Yeah.
He's pulled off an absolute worldie, like a worldie. Tips it over the bar. And I honestly think if that goal goes in, the whole experience is different and changes. But we still drew the game. We scored again after. We drew 3-3. But I think from a personal level, if that goal went in, it'd kicked off a bit more.
You said you know how to deal with abuse now. What was because like I said, they were on you. And what were you doing to deal with it then? Like, what measures did you take? Yeah, so
at the start, I didn't know how to deal with it. I was living with my missus, and she could tell, like, I'd come home and I would be like, I wouldn't even be there. Like, I didn't even want to go out because I was living in Durham at the time.
Okay.
Which is like, luckily for me, outside of Sunderland. If I'd have lived in Sunderland,
But are you one of them that that reads, like you say, like on Twitter? Are you reading comments?
I used to be. Yeah,
okay.
I used to be. Yeah, I used like even if I played good or bad, I'd go on like type my name in. But
and it's
after that club, like after Sunderland, never again. Like I don't even do it now. Like because like fans, like I understand they have an opinion. Like I get that. Like and they want to vent their frustration. I have no issues with that. But then sometimes I think like you don't understand the whole scenario behind me going there or like what's happening behind the scenes kind of thing. Which it's not an excuse because I didn't play well there. I know I didn't play well there. But from a point of view of like dealing with criticism, like I'm glad I went there now.
Yeah. What else? Because I
had the psychologist.
Go on, yeah. So when did you think, right, I need to talk to someone?
So it got to like 4 or 5 games in and I hadn't scored. I was playing the full game, but like I didn't even look like scoring, to be honest. I wasn't getting in the positions. And I felt like I wasn't taking responsibility for myself.
Yeah.
But then I got my dad again, like my PA agent, all in one. He found a sports psychologist for me just to speak to, have a chat. And honestly, like it was so simple, but like worthwhile. Do you know what I mean? Just to speak to someone who understands. And then I ended up speaking to him before games.
Okay.
And then literally like 2 games after I spoke to him, I scored against Derby. And then was playing well. Obviously it didn't turn around, but just by speaking to someone, he gave me like little techniques to do. I used to watch clips of my goals from before.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that it helped me a lot, to be fair. And I would encourage any footballer to, if they're struggling, like I don't think it really matters if you're doing well, because you're just off your own confidence and that. But if a footballer's struggling, I think it's good to speak to. Don't like what I did was keep it in. And I think that affects your personal life as well.
Okay.
Because I know it affected mine as well.
Okay. A bit of a silly question, but what affects you more? Comments from fans or a goal drought? Like a serious goal drought?
What, negative comments from fans?
Yeah.
Nah, goal drought.
Yeah?
Yeah, I now I'm past the point of listening to any fans. Nah, listen, like I say, I respect for like fans are for football. Like, I understand that, and everyone has an opinion. But yeah, like I know how to tolerate a fan now. I know how to tolerate messages on Instagram or Twitter or stuff like that. Like I get it.
Yeah,
like, I'm past the point of even caring, to be honest.
All right, so that whole Sunderland thing ends.
Yeah.
Are you a different player? Like you go back to Middlesbrough, are you a different player?
I'm a different player.
So you hit the reset button, yeah?
Hit the reset button. I that was the first time at Sunderland that I'd ever had disappointment in my career. Like proper disappointment, like to the point where I thought like I'm struggling. The Man United thing where I was in the queue, like I thought like I was young and I was like, if I get a chance to go somewhere on loan, then yeah, I'll just go. It wasn't a negative. It was just you was in a queue, you couldn't control it. But the Sunderland thing was something I thought I could control. And that summer, I'd like proper took a sit down and said to myself, like, you have to kick on now, because I had 3 years left at Middlesbrough as well, which was good. If I'd have been like out of contract, yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah. So luckily I had the security of being free, of having 3 years left. But I think, like I say, I came back that season and did well, to be fair. And I had to change Tony Pulis's mind as well at the time, because he was a manager still, and he was the one who said that I'm looking for more experience, which is fair enough. But then I came back, and I don't know, in a weird way, like he kind of probably thought, well, he's had the experience of playing in the champ, so do you know what I mean? Like, we'll give him another go. So
when he leaves, Warnock comes in. Are you happy?
It was Woodgate, you know.
Oh, Woodgate comes in. Sorry, Woodgate comes in. Are you happy?
I was buzzing, yeah.
Yeah.
I was buzzing. I enjoyed like the Pulis's pre-season.
Mad.
Crazy. Like, nice. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Like, prehistoric. Like, we went to Austria and
You know, you love it there, isn't it?
they love Austria. Football teams love Austria for pre-seasons.
Yeah.
He was he would have us up at 5:30 every morning, no breakfast, and we would run up hills 12, 15 times back. Like, you would run up a hill and have to get a car down. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. I'm not bantering.
So you're running up the hill and
You're
there's a
running up the hill and there's a
minibus
minibus waiting at the top. It would drive you back down. That's how big we're talking the hills.
Shut up.
You ask any player who's played under Tony Pulis, that the pre-season was crazy. But in a way, like, I understand why he does it as well.
Yeah.
Because mentally, like, it's like, have you seen that SAS Who Dares Wins thing?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. It's them kind of vibes. Like,
Okay.
but mentally, like, yeah, you're ready to go for the season, but boy, it was tough. It was very tough. But yeah, Woodgate, like, he's a good guy, good manager. Yeah.
Was you gutted when he left?
Yeah, I was, to be fair.
And then you got, not to be rude, are you technically still a Middlesbrough player?
Yeah.
Not to be rude, you got like another older generation manager come in, and he said something mad, didn't it? Like, he said you and Brett ain't gonna play no more.
Yeah, so this is when the business side of football, I think, comes out, because basically I was in my last year, had an injury. At the start of the season, he said, like, you two are my main men. Like, you're like, there's no better strikers in the league that I would want. Like, used to are going to be the main men. Yeah. And he gave Britt captaincy as well.
Okay. So he means business.
So he means business. Yeah. And then second game of the season, I ruptured my hamstring, so I had to have surgery. So I was out for 5 months. So it absolutely killed me. And then, obviously, we were speaking about a new deal at the time.
Yeah.
And I just said, because obviously, as a player who's in his last year, you've got a bit of power as well. Like,
of course,
which every player would do in my position. Obviously, I wanted to stay at Middlesbrough though, because I bought a house up there. I was settled, to be fair. Like, I can go back and forth from Manchester. It's not too far. But then, obviously, get the hamstring injury, and obviously they offered me a new deal, which I wasn't too happy with. Which is, it's not a big issue. Like, I just wasn't happy with it. And then came back, did okay, scored a couple goals, and then I think the manager just said to me and Britt, you can go your separate ways. We don't need to. And this was like, I think this was around, about April time.
Mad. So so are you back fit now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fit. Yeah.
So
I've been fit.
No, I'm saying, when he's saying this, are you fit then? Are you still injured?
Yeah, no, I was fit.
Are you training with them, or are you training
with them every day?
And he's still not picking you?
Training with them every day. I was on the bench, like, bring me on for like 10 minutes.
So he half minute, scare tactics.
Yeah,
I see what he's done.
Yeah. And I like I say, I understand it. It's like, football's a business at the end of the day, and sometimes the manager's not in control of decisions that come from above, which is fair enough. But yeah, it was just a bit of a sad end, really, because I had a good time there, and the fans were really good, and the people around there are good as well. So it was just a bit of I didn't like the way it ended, because it was just a kind of case of, today's your last day kind of thing. Yeah,
that's mad. You've had not half decent. You've had a good career in it. Like, you're still very young. Well, how old are you?
25.
Bro, listen, let's not talk about like you're on your last legs, yeah. But I'm gonna ask you this: knowing football isn't a long career, have you like set yourself up for like when you do finally have to retire? Have you got things in motion, or are you thinking ahead?
Yeah, definitely. I think that is one of the most important things. And if I was giving advice to any young footballer coming through, do it as early as you can, because it's okay enjoying it. Going out to clubs, Libs, Tape, whatever, China White, Manchester, them kind of places, and enjoying yourself and spending thousands of pounds on alcohol and whatever. But I think you have to get the priorities first, which is like investments, houses, them kind of thing. Like I've done it so by the time I finish playing, my mortgage will be paid off.
Better.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just small things. It's not small things, but things like that. Like you never know what's going to happen. Like you never know. Like I say it so many times with players who they were head and shoulders above me, like playing in like there's players who played in my youth team and they played in Man United's first team and now they're playing in like, well, getting released from like League 1 and 2 clubs.
Yeah, and they're struggling, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? It's like football, you can't take it for granted. You have to be sensible with your money and take the best option at the right time.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you the advice part, but I'm going to direct it to footballers that aren't doing well. Obviously, you had your skin at Sunderland. What advice you give players that are going through the similar situation where the fans are on them? Even like let's say Rashford, fans are on him. Yeah. He's not doing well currently. What sort of things would you say to him that you would say to yourself as well?
Yeah, I think he's had it. Players would have had it way worse than me, 100%. Yeah. But I think you just got to remember why you're playing football. Like I'll go back to the first point that I made about my family. Like I play football, like I said, for me first, and then for my family. Like you can't let fans or people behind keyboards and stuff like that on Twitter and Instagram. You can't let them knock. They probably don't even watch the games, half of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just literally log on to have a go at you, or do you know what I mean? They ain't got anything else going on in their life.
Yeah.
So I think just remember why you're playing football. Like I think you can't dwell too much on stuff that's happened, but just move forward. And that's what I did with Sunderland. I think the fans, like, they have every right to have frustration with how that time went, 100%. And I deservedly got criticism, which I have no problem with.
Yeah.
But I've moved on from it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've moved on, and people forget about it in like a year or so.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, when you was playing football at a young age, you probably played England and stuff. Are you still waiting for an England call, or do you want to represent Jamaica for you know, like a lot of champ players go up, Ollie Watkins and stuff like that, go up and get called up. Are you waiting for that, or are you gonna represent Jamaica?
Well, I played England under 20s, like when I was younger. But yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you look at the quality of players that are ahead of you. And obviously, Kane's not going anywhere quickly, is he? And obviously, you look at like Watkins, Rashford, all of them players, they're young players, so they're like established. So yeah, I think if I was being honest with you, like the Jamaica thing obviously interests me because obviously my grandparents are from there. I've been there a few times as well, so I know the heritage behind it. It's not as though like I've never been there. And, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So no, I think hopefully, I know obviously a few of the boys have put their papers through and stuff like that. So I think hopefully we'll get sorted soon. But yeah, I think it'd be an honour really to play at, like, if they got to a World Cup or something like that. I think they've got a chance to get to the 2022. So yeah, something definitely I think about doing.
All right, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
No
Thank you for your story, bro.
Thank you for having me.
All right, quick fire round, yeah? Favourite player?
Ever.
Favourite?
Thierry Henry.
Most skillful player you faced?
Skillful player. Skillful player. I'll probably go Dimitri Payet.
Okay. Favourite pre-match meal?
Toast, beans, scrambled eggs, avocado as well, a bit of avocado.
And the beans?
Yeah, and the beans, yeah.
Biggest adrenaline rush you've had in football?
Scoring against Tottenham 2 years ago.
What,
yeah.
the new ground or
no,
the old one?
The Riverside.
Okay, yeah.
FA Cup.
Worst trainer but best on a match day?
Worst trainer, best on a match day? British song longer.
Yeah. What's your superstition before a game?
I got quite tight hamstrings, yeah. So I actually touch my toes 10 times and then jump up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
Most embarrassing moment?
Most embarrassing moment? Huddersfield away. I've missed this. No, like it's
this for Sunderland?
No, it was for Middlesbrough. If it was Sunderland, I would never have played again. It was for Middlesbrough.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that one. What's your initiation song?
I've got a bit, you know.
You got a bit, yeah?
I'm not gonna give it on air, but I'll probably go with for a bit of banter. I'll go Shaggy, you know. It wasn't me.
Okay, and last but not least, any regrets?
In life.
We'll go life, yeah.
I've got a few in life, but
no, we'll go football. We'll go football.
Yeah, football. Nah, no regrets in football. Not the way it's happened, because I think I'm happy with how my career's gone so far. But I want to get to the next level. Of course, I want to keep achieving. But yeah, no regrets at all.
Bro, thank you, Ashley Fletcher. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right.